When to tell company I accepted another offer. Currently working for a very small firm and recently got a good offer, more dollar and remote, from an old employer that I accepted. The only thing is that the start date is in June, more than 2 months away. My current company has plans to pay for some trainings and networking events for me. These trainings are expensive and relevant to projects I'll start working on in June/July. My concern is that waiting until 2 weeks will not give them enough time to find a replacement and will burn bridges. Should I give a 3 to 4 week notice? Should I opt out of these trainings? For reference, I'm an EIT with 2 years of experience. Edit, thanks everyone for the thoughtful replies. I think most people are right with 2 weeks. It's standard and the company will be just fine. I'll also opt out of the training and try to get another EIT to attend, since they'll likely need the training for these upcoming projects.
Yeah, what I'd say is that's really good advice. I think that giving longer than 2 weeks notice is actually going to put the company in a more difficult position. Um, because then they have to deal with like, okay, this person's going to be here for the next 2 months and then they're going to leave. And so what do we do? But yeah, just be a really good employee, right? So give your 2 weeks notice, but also do a really good job of training the next person, you know, that to that's going to be taking over these responsibilities. Make sure that you're doing a really good job with handover documentation, for example. Like make sure that your knowledge is very organized. Make sure that all the people that are involved in the project are copied on all communications. Make sure that if there's a gap in understanding of one of your teammates with how to do things, that you're helping them get that gap of understanding. Just be a really good teammate. And then when it comes to the trainings, I mean, I don't know if it's not a red flag for you to skip them, then skip them. If it's a major red flag for you to skip them, then uh, I don't know. Up to you. But definitely encourage that other people can participate in them as well. But yeah, I think if you give longer than 2 weeks notice, it's going to put the company in a really difficult position, much more difficult position than if you just don't give them the notice at all, because then they have to start thinking about planning far in advance. But this person said, keep your mouth shut until 2 to 3 weeks out. After 20 years in the industry, I've watched this play out many times. And most of the time, advance notice was given. The company cut them after 2 weeks and sometimes immediately and left employee with a gap in paychecks. Must be a US thing. Yeah. I what I'd say is just stick with the 2 weeks notice because and just be a really good teammate because it might not work out well for you. And realistically, could you go 2 months without pay or 2 months on unemployment? That's a question. So, but yeah, just stick with the 2 weeks. That's professional. It's very professional. It's expected, and I think it'll be appreciated. So.
Chasing payments, still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the station.